Stop trying to be seen. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. While every other woman over 40 is desperately fighting to stay visible, the smartest ones are doing the exact opposite. And it's making them incredibly powerful. I'm talking about women like Sarah, who at 45 was completely overlooked when her company brought in a hotshot 28-year-old CEO. While he was busy making flashy presentations, Sarah spent 6 months quietly documenting every mistake he made. By month 7, she had enough evidence to expose him to the board and secure his position for herself. The best part? Nobody saw her coming because nobody was looking at her in the first place. Here's what I've discovered after studying hundreds of cases. Being invisible after 40 isn't a curse, it's the ultimate strategic advantage. When society tells you you're past your prime, they've actually handed you the perfect disguise. Think about it. When you're invisible, you can move freely. You can observe without being watched. You can build alliances without threatening anyone. You can gather information without raising suspicion. You become like a spy in your own life. And that's incredibly powerful. Let me give you 3 specific ways successful women use invisibility as their superpower. First, the documentation strategy. When people ignore you, they forget you're watching. They'll say things in front of you they'd never say to someone they see as a threat. They'll make mistakes they think nobody will notice. But you're documenting everything, every email, every conversation, every contradiction. I know a woman who worked as an administrative assistant for 15 years. Her boss treated her like furniture, barely acknowledged her existence. But she heard every phone call, saw every document, knew about every shady deal. When the company was investigated for fraud, guess who had the evidence that brought down the entire executive team? The invisible woman they never bothered to notice. By the way, everything I'm sharing with you comes from my research for my book, Underestimated: 20 Tales of Women Who Made Them Pay. And these aren't theories, these are real strategies used by real women who turned their biggest disadvantages into their greatest weapons. Second, the network activation strategy. While younger people are busy building their personal brands on social media, women over 40 have been building something far more valuable: real relationships. You know, the school secretaries, the bank managers, the city council members. You've volunteered with their wives, taught their children, served on committees with them. When you need allies, you don't have to cold call strangers. You activate a network that's been decades in the making. And because people underestimate you, they don't see this network as threatening until it's too late. Third, the patience play. This is where your age becomes your ultimate weapon. Younger people want instant gratification, instant revenge, instant results. But you've learned something they haven't. The most devastating victories require patience. You know how to wait for the perfect moment. You know how to let your enemies make mistakes while you position yourself for maximum impact. You've learned that hot-headed revenge leaves evidence and creates enemies, but cold, calculated strategy leaves your opponents wondering what hit them. What I've shared so far is just the tip of the iceberg. In my book, I document 20 complete case studies of women who use these exact strategies to achieve incredible victories. From the corporate executive who orchestrated the perfect takeover to the housewife who uncovered millions in hidden assets during her divorce, each story gives you a step-by-step blueprint for transforming underestimation into unstoppable power. The link is in the description below. Here's what I need you to understand. Your invisibility is temporary, but your window to use it strategically is closing fast. Every day you spend feeling sorry for yourself instead of leveraging your position is a day your competitors and betrayers are getting comfortable, making mistakes, and giving you more ammunition. The women in my book didn't waste time wishing they were young again or fighting to be seen. They used exactly what they had: experience, patience, networks, and yes, invisibility, to create victories that were far more satisfying than anything they could have achieved in their 20s. Right now, my book is available for just $2.99 on Amazon Kindle. That's less than a cup of coffee, but the strategies inside have helped women secure six-figure settlements, expose million-dollar fraud schemes, and build empires from the ashes of betrayal. But here's the thing. I can't guarantee this price will last. Amazon controls pricing, and as word spreads about these strategies, I may need to increase the price to match the value. Don't wait until you're in the middle of a crisis to arm yourself with these weapons. Get the book now, while it's still available at this introductory price. The link is in the description. Download it right now, and tonight you can start reading about women who were exactly where you are. Underestimated, overlooked, and ready to make everyone who dismissed them pay. Don't let another day pass wondering what if. Your revenge era starts today.